you and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway, the question does present itself immediately, like, what is this? Was this always the plan? You don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but like, clearly there were signs of low character. We knew that.
Yes.
But it didn't. There are tons of people of low character who like outperform their character. It doesn't have to be
sort of the norm, actually, these days.
Right.
Would say.
I've outperformed my character a lot. I don't have especially high character, right? But you try your best. But what was this? Was this always the plan?
Looking back after the last year and a half, it seems like it kind of was, and it's easy. Well, you could get really deep about it and say, what was Butler? Like, how was it that and Ryan Ruth, I mean, he was subject to 2 legitimate assassination attempts. Have we ever gotten to the bottom? I know you've talked a lot about this, but have we ever gotten to the bottom of that?
I've talked a lot about it. I don't know the answer, but I know that those investigations have been stymied. Fact.
Yeah, stymied from the very top, from people who actually would have the power to get to the bottom of it.
And the motive.
Yes,
yeah,
very much. So the enormous amount of money he got from Miriam Adelson now seems suspect to a lot of people at the time. But, there's a lot of money in politics. To run for president requires an enormous... I mean, Cackling Camel Toe went through $2 billion in 4 months.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not buying any of it. Now they're remorseful. Now they didn't know this was the plan all along. Now it was never intentional. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You guys got exactly what you wanted out of Donald Trump. You got a lifetime conservative Supreme Court. You got tremendous tax cuts for the wealthy. You got a war on marginalized communities. You got ICE in the streets of American cities, knocking in people's doors without warrants and disappearing people of color. You got exactly what you wanted. But now that Donald Trump is at the end of his political power, now that he only has a couple of years left and he can never be president again, and now that he's most likely going to lose power in Congress, so he's going to be a lame duck president at best for the last 2 years, now you guys are starting to look at your careers in a post-Trump world. Now it's, we got to start distancing ourselves from him before he's even out of... Not buying it. I don't accept your apology, and I'm not buying for 1 second that you are even remotely remorseful for what you did.